welcome back to Geography class. Today we will start with Chapter 3, which is Weather and Climate. Weather is the state of the atmospheric conditions at a given place and time. Daily changes in weather result from changes in weather conditions. Temperature, how hot or cold the air is at a given time. Wind speed, how fast the wind is moving. Wind direction, where the wind is coming from. Precipitation, the type of water falling to earth from the clouds. We know about the day-to-day weather conditions through the newspapers, television, magazine, and the radio. Children, a place where weather conditions are recorded is called a weather station. Weather station make prediction about the weather, which is called weather forecasting. Meteorology, the study of weather. Meteorologist, scientists who predict weather. Measure weather variables before making a forecast. A surface report describes a set of these weather measurements made on the Earth's surface. These measurements include temperature, air pressure, humidity, precipitation, wind speed, and direction. Importance of weather forecasts. Weather forecasts are useful for farmers, fishermen, aviators, navigators, general public. Weather forecasts give advance warning about storms, cyclones, rain, wind, etc. Difference between weather and climate. Weather, the day-to-day atmospheric conditions of a particular place with respect to rainfall, humidity, temperature, wind speed, etc. is called the weather of that place. Under climate, the average weather condition of a place taken over a long period of time is called the climate of that place. Weather condition may vary. That means changes at interval of a few hours or a few days. Climate does not change so frequently. Weather data are the observations recorded at a specific time. Climate refers to the average value of several elements of weather relating to a period of more than 30 years. Point 4. Weather is what you get on a daily basis. Climate is what you expect over a long time. Weather changes within a short time. The overall changes and variations of a climate are very stable and may take decades or centuries to occur. Children, point to be noted, the scientific study of weather is called meteorology and meteorologist studies weather. The scientific study of climate is called climatology. A climatologist studies climate. Example of weather conditions are rainy day or sunny day. Examples of climate are tropical climate and the Mediterranean climate. Weather maps, which indicate atmospheric conditions above a large portion or part on the Earth's surface. Meteorologists use weather maps to forecast the weather. In some weather maps, the symbols are used representing all the weather elements of the weather. What are isotherms? Iso means equal, Therm means heat. Isotherms are lines that connect points of the same temperature. On maps, lines are drawn to show the distribution of temperature. Imaginary lines drawn on a map joining places having the same temperature. What is an isoheight? An isoheight is a line on a map which connects points that have the same amount of precipitation in a given period. The imaginary lines drawn on a map joining places receiving the same average amount of rainfall. Weather and climate elements are same. Temperature, precipitation, air pressure, wind. Climatic controls, altitude or elevation, orographic or mountain barriers, pressure belts, ocean currents, heating differences, typhoons and wind flows. The weather elements are the precipitation, wind speed, humidity, cloud cover, temperature, direction, air pressure, visibility and sunshine. The climate and the weather elements are the same. Instrument for measuring weather. Thermometer measures temperature. Barometer measures air pressure. Anemometer measures wind speed. Children, let's take the first element of weather and climate in detail. Temperature. What is temperature? The term temperature is defined as the degree of hotness or coldness of freely moving air. A thermometer is an instrument to measure the temperature of the air. A liquid, usually alcohol or mercury, is sealed in a glass tube. When it's heated, it expands, rising higher in the tube. When it cools, it contracts, filling less of the tube. Temperature. The types of thermometers are max, minimum thermometer, 6 thermometer, measure shade temperature, Stevenson screen. Let's discuss first three in detail. First is mercury thermometer, which records the outdoor temperature. For measuring temperature, two scales are used: centigrade and Fahrenheit. In centigrade scale, the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius and the freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit scale, boiling point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit and freezing point is 32 degree Fahrenheit. Second type of thermometer is 6 thermometer or 6 maximum and minimum thermometer. Records the highest and lowest temperature of a day. It consists of a U-shaped glass tube with a bulb at each end. The left limb records the minimum temperature and the right limb records the maximum temperature. It preserves readings of the day's highest and lowest temperatures until it is reset. Third type of thermometer is Stevenson screen. Instruments used to measure temperatures are usually placed in a Stevenson screen. Maximum and minimum thermometer and a wet and dry bulb thermometer are kept in the Stevenson screen. Barometer can also be kept in Stevenson screen. It records the shade temperatures of various elements of the weather. Where should Stevenson's screen be placed? It should be placed 1 meter above the ground. And the reasons are to prevent heat conducting from the ground. Second point, thermometers will not be affected by heat radiating from the ground. In Stevenson's screen, thermometer is kept in a wooden box. The readings in the thermometers, one of the sides is hinged so that it can be opened and the readings can be taken. Children, in today's video, you have understood about recordings of daily weather, difference between weather and climate, weather maps, which includes isotherms or isoheights, elements of weather and climate, and the first element in detail, which is temperature, instrument to measure temperature. That are the types of thermometers. Thank you, class. Stay safe.